Satya is the second yama, and it builds on ahimsa. Do you guys remember our first yama, which was ahimsa? And ahimsa meant what? Practicing nonviolence, practicing acceptance, nonviolence to all living things. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the beauty about the yamas is that you cannot have one yama without the other. In other words, you don't risk one to satisfy the other. They all work, and I'm going to give you guys a drawing. They all work together. Satya means truthfulness. It means to speak or say the truth, except when it will hurt someone. Let me recite that again. It means to speak or say the truth, except when it will hurt someone. Okay? If we know that it's going to hurt somebody's feelings, you do not speak. You do not lie. You do not tell a little white lie. You do not. You just do not speak. It's like we used to tell the children. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Right? Satya should never come into conflict with ahimsa. All right? And remember, we said that ahimsa means to practice nonviolence. Nonviolence also means emotional, right? It doesn't just mean physical. So if you were to tell the truth and tell your friend something that you thought it was the truth and she needed to know, but you knew what was going to hurt her, you are now violating ahimsa. So you can't do satya by violating ahimsa. It says, to observe satya, we must continually search for the truth within us. Now, that, my friends, is the hardest thing that we have to do as human beings. Because we don't like to look at the truth. Because the truth sheds to us what we don't like to see in each other or in ourselves. And in order to find the real truth, you have to learn to quiet your mind and rid yourselves of daily distractions. When our eyes are open, we are very distracted. In order to shut out the distractions, you have to close your eyes. When we close our eyes, we shut out 86% of the distractions. The rest is now just your mind to contend with. That's why we meditate with our eyes closed, right? So you have to learn to quiet the mind and rid yourself of the daily distractions so that you're able to feel, to see, to hear, or to know your truth. Right? And our ultimate truth is wellness of our emotional, our physical, our spiritual, as well as our financial. Okay, as well as our financial life. It all has to be balanced life success. Right? Because if there's an imbalance, then there's not a wellness. There has to be a beautiful balance. Right? And it's this is very key to the fact that you must always tell the truth. And when it comes to your financial life, in order to tell the truth, you basically kill the ego, right? Because the ego doesn't want you to tell the truth. The ego wants you to overlook it, right? But you must always tell the truth, and one of the checks is that your ego, you should match your ego to your bank account. You weigh your ego against your bank account. Which one is bigger? Most of the time, our ego is bigger than our bank account. And I'm going to give you an example of truthfulness. We all want to seem like we can have more, be more, and want more, and that's fine. But not at the stake of violating Satya. Right? So let me tell you an example that may seem harsh, and then I'm going to read to you another example here of Satya. Okay? So there was a meeting when I was about 20. I was selling memberships for a gym. And we had a little round table meeting, and the manager was there, and the district manager was there, and all of us salespeople were there, and we were all having this brainstorming meeting. And I was listening, and you know, I thought it would be a good idea if I joined in, right? And if I gave my idea. And some of you guys are going to, you know, feel like it was bad, but then it wasn't bad. So I raised my hand as the meeting's going on, and I said, I have an idea. Mind you, I was just a kid. I had been barely with the company. I hadn't proven my success. I wasn't earning very much money with the company, but I had an idea. The district manager looked at me, gave me the dirtiest look I remember that it was like, whoa, I thought he was going to just eat me up alive. He slammed his fist. I remember so clearly. He looked, and he goes really hard, and he looked at me and goes, you shut up. And I just shut up, of course, right? He says, because if I listened to you, how much money do I make? He said to me like that. And I said, you make $25,000 a month. He goes, how much money do I make? I said, you make $25,000 a month. He says, sit down, shut up, and pay attention. Because if I listened to your ideas, I'd be dead broke. So you learn something from me, because I don't want to be broke like you. Doesn't that sound awful? But you know what? It was the best thing that had ever happened to me. Truly. Because it was at that point that I realized, wait a minute. I need to weigh my ego with my bank account. I just wanted to be recognized. And then I realized, wait a minute, I've got more to learn from him than he's got to learn from me. So I sat down, I shut up, and I paid attention. Most people would have quit, not me. I said, this guy's got it. I want to be earning that much money. And I don't care what it takes, I'm going to learn. But he was telling the truth. Wasn't he telling the truth? Maybe he could have been nicer about it, but wasn't he telling the truth? Yes, he was. I hadn't even earned my first $100, and I had an idea. He's earning $25,000 a month. Do you think I'm not going to listen to his ideas? But we do that all the time, so we have to be careful. That's when our wellness of our financial life is not true, and that's when it's, Satya. Right? How about this? Now let's take it the other way around. You get all excited, you want to join a business or you want to start a business, and then you start to tell other people, and then they do things like this. Oh no, that's too hard, you can't do that. No. You're going to work you're going to be working all the time, it's too hard, it costs too much, and pretty soon, what happens? They've talked you out of it, yes? Because they fed into your ego, right? Were they telling you the truth? I don't think so, right? I don't think so, but who knows, it might have been their truth.